And welcome back. More and more millennials feel priced out of the dream of home ownership. From stiff competition earlier this year to a steep rise in interest rates, nearly half the millennials in a recent survey said they are pessimistic that they'll ever be able to own a home. This morning, our real estate expert joins us to try and keep the dream alive. Lane Lyon is a realtor and managing broker with Coldwell Banker. Keeping the dream alive.
Hey, that's what we're doing here.
That's what
and
you're all about.
You should.
All right. So is hope lost for these millennials?
Absolutely not. In fact, in some ways, I think there are more opportunities right now because of our changing market, less competition.
Right.
We're talking about this demographic of people, Gen Y aged millennials, age 26 to 41. And in fact, they make up the largest share of home buyers across the country. So how are millennials handling this housing shift? Well, a majority say, you know what, I'm just fed up with rent, even now, and willing to make some sacrifices. 69% said they'd prefer home ownership to renting right now. 66% said that they use real estate apps more than they do dating and sports betting apps. Yeah, they like to look for houses. 47% said they'd be willing to delay vacations for 5 years if it saved them enough money to buy a home. They're not giving up. Of course, affordability is a big concern, especially now. And the reality is there are sellers willing to work with you to make this happen if this is really what you want. And a lot of buyers today say, I haven't owned a home yet, but I'm willing to make the sacrifices even now.
Yeah, well, sadly, you know, everything's more expensive now, including homes.
Sure.
And so the price has gone up, the interest rate has gone up. And so what can these guys do? Well,
millennials say in this survey that I looked at through Open Door that their number one priority is to save for the down payment. And I think it's important to note that you don't need 20% down anymore to buy a home. There are other financing options out there. And in fact, there are down payment assistance programs out there to help. So my advice is first, get pre-qualified with a lender and ask about some of these down payment programs like CHAFA, Metro DPA. Sometimes with FHA, you only need 3.5% down. Sometimes with down payment assistance, you only need $1,000 down or zero down if you qualify for a VA loan for your military service. We thank you for that. And, you know, I will also say, Gary, that there are rent-to-own programs out there if the numbers aren't quite working. An organization called Home Partners of America will let you shop for a house that's for sale. They will buy the house, rent it back to you with an option for you to buy it or not later.
That's a good deal. All right. Be creative, I guess, is the key there. And you mentioned earlier that sellers are actually trying to help in some of these instances.
And I would say right now, especially if you're selling your home, be attractive to first-time home buyers, to millennials if you're in that price point. Be ready to give some closing costs because that can help buy down the interest rate. And also maybe think about doing some repairs and improvements on your home. I was talking to a realtor yesterday who said a lot of her buyers want houses that are already fixed up. And the reason is maybe they're new to home ownership, but also just a busy lifestyle. They just don't want to take the time to fix up the house. Yeah,
and they're going to spend all their money buying it, so they won't have any money left.
The more you can do, the better.
Fix it up. Yeah. All right. Lane Lyon, as always, it's good to see you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care.